something that I've been thinking about is like the way that people view fashion. And one of those ways that I was thinking was like the way that I look at fashion is that I think of it like as an art form and I think of it creatively. But I feel like there's a lot of people that probably think about it from a financial aspect, which I guess makes sense because it's an industry or whatever. But I don't know. I just think it's funny because whenever I think about getting new clothes and shit, I think about it as like, oh, or actually no. There's two kinds of people that I think of whenever I think of like how people enjoy fashion. You have the kinds of people that like it as an art form, and you have the people that like it because it's like a status thing to show that like, damn, my glasses are fogging up. I don't go fuck. I'm taking these shits off. You have the people that think about fashion as an art form, and then you also have people that think about it as like a status symbol, like a way to flex. And obviously, I'm on this side with the people that like it for an art form. And the thing that I find is really funny about the difference between the two is the way that they talk about getting new clothes. Because whenever you hear somebody that actually like is really into fashion and they like it like more than just like trying to flex and like show off, usually whenever they say they got something new and you ask them about the price, they'll talk about it like how much they got it for, as in like what low price they may have gotten the designer item for. If we're talking about high fashion, because that's really what like interests me the most, they'll say like, oh, I got this expensive I got this super like expensive fucking crazy Rick Owens piece, but I got it for like such a insert low price here. Whereas on the other side, you'll have somebody that has like that cares about it more so from like a flexing or financial aspect. And they'll say like, "Oh, I got this fucking expensive ass Rick piece," and it's like, "Bro, this shit was like 8 bands, bro. Like, I really got that shit on." It's like, I don't know. I feel like buying expensive clothes is kind of stupid because it's like it kind of makes it sound like a waste of money. And that's why I kind of understand why some people feel like fashion is a waste of money. Because like whenever you talk about it like that, yeah, it makes it sound that way. Because it's like you spent $8,000 on this, nigga, you could have bought like a used car or some shit, or I don't know, invested it or something. And I'm mostly noticed these kinds of people are like the kinds of people that when I think of these kinds of people, I think of like rappers and like just niggas in general. Like a lot, well, not niggas in general, but like a lot of niggas, the way that they talk about fashion, it kind of makes it seem like this is what they're talking about. Because it's like you're trying to make yourself seem better than other people. And usually, whenever niggas are like, and whenever like rappers bring up clothes in their music, they'll say like they spent X amount of money, or they'll say like, oh, I go into the Balenciaga store and I buy the whole store. It's like, nigga, you're flexing, wasting money, or at least that's how it sounds to me. Because it's like you're buying something that's like, don't get me wrong. Once again, I appreciate clothes for the artistic aspect, but it's like, why would you want to flex how much money you pretty much wasted on clothes? Like, I feel like I'd be more proud of saying like, oh, I got this super luxury high end piece for a very low price, for like significantly less than retail, because that just makes sense to me. So on the other hand, the people like me, where I look at it and I'm like, how low can I get the price? Because these are more so the type of people that are like more reasonable, I guess, when it comes to spending money. Because it's like they either don't have money like that, so it's like obviously I can just go into a store and buy whatever shit they have on display, like on the shelves and shit. But then also, I feel like it gives you more of a personality because it's like usually the pieces that a lot of people want, especially nowadays, it's like everything's about fucking archive and runways from the past. That it's like obviously they're not gonna have that shit in the store. So it's like you really have to do your due diligence to like search for it on the internet. That shit requires more time, more research, and it's just it shows that you care more about specific pieces if you're looking for something specific. Like for example, like this shit right here, this shit right there. I spent 5 years trying to find that shit. Like I'm so fucking serious. But it's like the day that I actually found it online, nigga, I tell you, that was the bet. That oh my goodness, I ain't gonna lie. I was happy. That was one of my greatest. Oh my man, I can't even explain how the emotions. But yeah. So people on this side, they'll take the time to like look for the shit that they really want because most of the time the things that a lot of the people that care about it more artistically, they're the kind of people that actually look into like a designer's like catalog and like their work from the past instead of just being some person to go into a store and be like, oh, this is expensive and it's new. I can show this to other people and like it makes me feel like I have money when niggas know damn well they probably putting that shit on like paying for or some shit. And I ain't gonna lie. That's how about a lot of my that's how about a lot of my pieces, but we're not talking about me right now. So people on this side, they spend a lot of time looking for the stuff that they want, and also this side, you can tell that they care more about like the financial, or I don't know if it would be like caring more or caring less, but they're the side that like goes on Grailed and like they'll actually like try to get it for a lower price. That's where the whole lowballing thing comes from, because it's like, bro, okay, I understand this piece has a certain value to it, but at the same time, it's like, I know I don't have money like that. Niggas got bills and shit to pay. So it's like, it's worth something to me, but I want to get it for less. You know what I'm saying? I know the piece is worth a certain amount. Most niggas that buy secondhand shit are looking to get the price for as low as possible because they really want the piece, but at the same time, sometimes they can't really justify spending like $800 on a shirt. So it's like they're gonna try to get it as low as they can. And I just think it's funny how there's those different kinds of people because it kind of creates a disconnect whenever you try to talk to different people about fashion. Because my brother and I view it more artistically, whereas he views it, I feel like he really views it more like of a financial thing. Because me personally, I have my own sewing machine, and I mean it's not on my desk; it's in somewhere else. But I have my own sewing machine, and like one of my interests was like actually making my clothes. Whereas like with him, he wants to start a brand, like one of those streetwear brands, like that Quan nigga. And I'm like, whenever I think of the streetwear brands like that, it makes me think of like like merch and like not like the clothes just aren't interesting to me. Like it's all like graphic design and like printed T-shirts and shit like that, and I don't really like that kind of stuff. But the things that I'm more interested in is like interesting shit, like how is it designed? What like the way that the pattern is, what shape does it add to the garment? What extra details is it given to the garment? Whenever he like shows me something that he's doing with his brand, to me it's kind of just like I kind of don't really care or vibe with it because it's like it's not visually interesting to me because I like more intricate or complex, interesting design. Like I don't want the design to just be whatever is printed on the shirt. I want the way that the shirt is cut itself to be interesting. If that makes any sense. So whenever he shows me shit, I'm just like, like I don't want to be mean. Like I don't want to be a fucking dickhead and just be like, yeah, this shit ass. I'll just be like, oh, that's cool. Like, cause I don't want to. I don't want to like, cause that's something that he really takes serious. So I'm just like, I don't want to like be like a fucking asshole. Cause trust me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be a fucking dickhead. I'm a very picky person. So especially when it comes to fashion, there's a whole lot of shit I don't like. But yeah, that's pretty much all I was thinking about. It's just there's the different ways that people might care about fashion and how there's the one side that thinks of it more than just like a flexing thing or like a way to show like the flaunt wealth essentially. Even though like back in like the earlier times, like in medieval times and shit, whenever it was like, oh, royalty has all the best shit on, like because they can afford and they have money. And obviously, with that being the case, that kind of mindset is still existent. By the way that the people over here might view fashion as like or high fashion as a way to say like, oh, I have money because and I have these expensive clothes because I can afford it. And also, they're buying it for resale, which makes it seem even more pretentious. Because it's like, oh yeah, I'm wealthy. I can buy these expensive clothes. Meanwhile, you probably can't. You probably shopping at Walmart. And it's like, bro, first of all, there ain't nothing wrong with shopping at Walmart. I'm pretty sure Walmart sells Goodfellas and shit. And they also be having the Hanes shits. The what's it called? The Hanes wife beaters. So, hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with working some shacks, nigga. Fuck you talking about. But and then on this side, you have the people that are like, I understand, like the piece has a certain value to it. All the time, all the currency, instead of trying to spend actual like currency, like money on it, the currency that they use instead is time to like do research and to find the actual piece online, unless you like live in New York or something. But or sometimes you might just get lucky in a thrift store. But um, they spend their currency in time to find the piece, and then when it comes to actual like currency that you actually buy it with, they'll try to spend the least amount of that as possible. And so I just think that's kind of interesting, the dichotomy of like people that quote unquote enjoy fashion. Now this isn't to say like, oh, one likes it more than the other or one is better than the other. I mean, hey, if that's how you want to enjoy fashion, enjoy how you want to. Do I personally think you might be an asshole for doing that? Maybe, but well, not an asshole, but like you know what I'm saying. It's like it's a little like it's kind of corny, like I don't know, but I think I mean, but then I could be biased because I'm on this side, but it's whatever. Um, yeah, that whole thing is interesting, but yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on that. There's people that care about fashion in a more artistic way, and then there's people that care about it in a more like in a more flaunting way, and that's just something that causes like a rift sometimes in fashion, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to discuss today. Thank you.